Hey everybody, I've been meaning to make this video for freaking ages now. I'm sorry it's taken me such a long time. As you know, in general, I'm a bit behind with life at the moment. You briefly saw me use one of these things in a video and then everyone was like, oh, I thought you said you didn't smoke. And also I posted myself like once using it on Instagram, and I had to make myself very clear that it's not an e-cigarette, it's this thing that I've been sent to try out, this very interesting, unique product. I am talking about Monk. If you've heard of them, they look like an e-cigarette, they sort of act like an e-cigarette, but it's actually like a personal aromatherapy air diffuser. Isn't that sweet? I had a look at some other review videos for this product and I couldn't really find a review that wasn't just like a flat out advertisement, well, basically just saying what the thing is and what it is supposed to do. So I thought I would give an actual review today. A few of you did express an interest after I said what it was that I was using. You're like, oh, I've heard of those, tell us all about it. One of the things about making YouTube videos is I often get contacted to ask if I'd like to try out a new product or something. You know, most of the time I'll say no, or I won't get around to replying because I'll feel like whatever it is irrelevant to your interests and also to mine. If it's something that I think you might like, or if it's something that I find personally interesting, then yeah, I'll pick it up and I'll see what the thing is all about. And in this case, these are personal relevance and interest to myself and quite possibly to a lot of you too. These are, like I said, personal aromatherapy air diffusers. Weird, right? I don't think anything like it exists, at least not that I've heard of. I'll take one out. These like the little packets that they come in. They do look quite a lot like e-cigarettes, don't they? Especially when you use them. The point of these is that each one is supposed to have a different effect on you. And primarily it's to do with relieving stress and anxiety. The idea behind them being just pick how you want to feel. They say, oh, I'm feeling listless, pick up the active one and take a breath. Feeling blue, pick up the happy one. Or I'm feeling dull, pick up the vibrant one. And they do that using aromatherapy. And whether you're a believer in aromatherapy or not, I don't know, there does seem to be something to it. I don't really know. I've been trying these out for a few months now, so I'll let you know in a moment exactly what I thought of them and whether or not they work, in my opinion. So each one contains a blend of natural aromatherapy oils. They sound really nice, and actually they smell really nice too, I must say. And each one's supposed to have a different effect, primarily to relieve brain fog, stress, anxiety, and so forth. And as someone who has an anxiety disorder, I was particularly interested to see if this would have any sort of calming, soporific effect. So the one I was the most interested in trying was this one. This is Zen. This one contains frankincense, orange, and ylang ylang. Vibrant with lemon, ginger, and spearmint. That one's really nice actually, it's quite refreshing. Active for a bit of an energy boost, something I personally always do with orange, black pepper, and sage. Happy. This one is just supposed to make you feel happy, and it contains vanilla, thyme, and fennel. And lastly, this little pink one here is sexy. To me, this one sounded like it would have the nicest aroma, so it's jasmine, patchouli, and lime. I really don't think anything like this product exists anywhere else, at least that I've never seen. A lot of people have aromatherapy diffusers in their home, and when I was a lot younger, I was quite a lot into aromatherapy. I actually used to get, you know those magazines that like you buy one every month and you put them all into a folder or something, and each time it comes with like a new piece of something or a new thing to add to your collection, you know, those sorts of magazines. I used to get an aromatherapy one like when I was a teenager or something. It was a long time ago, and it gave you like a new essential oil every month. It was really nice, and it like taught you about massage and how to use your oils and blah blah blah. Lovely. Oh, obviously when you have an anxiety disorder or you have depression or something, the sort of thing like aromatherapy, going for a nice walk, that kind of thing, that doesn't help. Well, I mean, you know, it can never hurt, but that doesn't fix it. Obviously, a disease like that you need medicine for, and I do take medicine for that. But for things like meditation, that's right, I meditate. I thought this would be quite useful to help the Zen vibes, if that helped, or just to kind of relieve stress. Whether you think aromatherapy is a legit thing or not, I don't know. I guess there's a lot of mixed opinions about things like that, those kinds of therapies. Smell is very important to the human in general. Most of our sense of taste comes from our nose, which is why like when you have a blocked nose you can't taste anything. Like our tongue can taste a few different things, but all our nose buds, what is it, the olfactory thing? System, pipes, I don't know. They're the things that can pick up the infinite, delicate, different aromas and tastes in the world around you. I'll demonstrate for you how this works. It doesn't need a battery or anything. Once you get it, you just take it out of its little case and it's ready to go. And it goes until it's empty, I guess. You breathe it into your mouth and then blow it out through your nose, like so. Which I guess if you're like me and you're not a smoker, that does take a little bit of getting used to doing. This whole like circular in through the mouth, out through the nose thing, that took me a little bit of practice. It's quite an unusual sensation because when the vapor goes into your mouth, like you can kind of taste it, but then when it comes out your nose, it tastes different. Does that make sense? Like it sort of smells slash tastes different going in than it does coming out. Just the breathing in through the mouth and out through the nose, like you don't inhale it, you're not supposed to bring it into your lungs, you're supposed to bring it into your mouth, blow it out through your nose so that the essential oils get directly to your olfactory nerves, olfactory something, nose buds. I can never get it all out in one go. Maybe just because I'm not a smoker, I'm not used to doing it, or maybe I'm just breathing in too much or something. But the idea is that instead of like filling a room with a smell to make you feel a certain way, it just goes directly to your nose buds. I know they're not called nose buds, okay? But yeah, it's directly to the place that it needs to get to, and it's personal, so you can take it with you anywhere. For me, smells are really important. I always have a room spray or an incense or a censer or a scented candle or a wax melt or something in my home to help create like a nice atmosphere and a certain feeling. And again, it's not like an e-cigarette in the way that you shouldn't just use it constantly. I did read all about it before I used them as to whether or not they were safe, because personally I'm pretty paranoid. So far all evidence suggests that they're perfectly safe and perfectly fine for you. They're not going to harm you in any way. They just say don't use it if you have asthma or something like that. They recommend only to take like 2 or 3 puffs 2 or 3 times a day. So you're not using it all the time like you would with a cigarette. 2 or 3 puffs 2 or 3 times a day at the most. You are also therapeutic in the sense that you soothe the stress that is mostly caused by you. This is 5 of them and there are 2 more. I think there's one called Healthy and one called Sleepy. If there's one thing I don't need, it's help falling asleep. I have trouble staying awake. I consume more caffeine than like anyone I know, which is why I thought that like the active one and the vibrant one would be pretty good. Now as for whether or not they work, being the thing that we're the most interested in here, it's actually quite hard to say because a lot of it could just be the placebo effect, and I'm aware of that. So every time I've used them, I've tried to not really think about what they're supposed to do and just like carry on, like use the thing and then after a while, oh, do I feel any different? The idea behind them is that they're supposed to kind of affect you in the same way that like a refreshing walk through a forest affects you. I'll link their website below, and if you want to read more about it and how they work, you can do so. It is quite interesting. Like I said, it's the first time I think a product like this has ever existed. I'm gonna go ahead and say that placebo or not, I must say the one that I feel has actually had the best effect is this Happy one. When I've been feeling particularly down in the last few weeks or months, I've thought that that would be a really good time to whip out this thing and try it. Placebo or not, I have found that, you know, not immediately, but after, I don't know, like a few minutes or so, I've just felt happier. I don't know, okay? So I can't deny that that does seem to have a positive effect on my mood. How lovely. Which is odd, really, because this is the one which I like the flavour the least. It's got fennel in it, and I hate fennel. Ugh. The reason I was sent the sexy one is because I said that I liked the sound of the smell of it the most. Lime, jasmine, and patchouli. I love patchouli, and jasmine is beautiful too. I don't think there is anything on this earth that could make me feel sexy, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm kind of writing this one off. That didn't really seem to, you know, help me in any way. Maybe that's different for someone else, I don't know, but there's nothing in the world that could ever make me feel sexy. In conclusion, I'm gonna say that they do work. They do seem to have an effect, a positive effect. But it's not massive. Like I said, it's not a pill, it's not a medicine, it's not something that's going to completely affect the way you feel. It's not a drug or something, it's aromatherapy. So it has like a sort of subtle, gentle effect. And I was a little bit hesitant to start with because, yeah, like I said, I don't smoke and I don't want to put any sort of weird chemicals or something in my body, but these are apparently all natural and perfectly alright for your health. You know, they don't have nicotine or any poisons or anything bad in them whatsoever. Just essential oils plus I think like vegetable glycerin or something, whatever it is, that the kind of, you know, base for the oils, because essential oils on their own are actually pretty intense. I have only good things to say about these. I have literally nothing negative to say about these. I can't think of anything bad, like they haven't made me feel sick or something. They don't taste weird, they don't leave a weird taste in your mouth or anything. Yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about them whatsoever. It's pronounced Monk and the website is monk.com, monq.com. I'll link it below for you as well if you'd like to have a little bit of a read up, or if you think those sorts of things might be for you, or if you would just like to give them a try for yourself. I do all in all think that they're a nice product. Like I said, you get to kind of look cool when you use them, and they feel nice. They're quite solid and sleek, and they have like a pretty colourful light at the end that looks like a little sparkly diamond that lights up. I think the ones that smell the nicest ones are the active one and the sexy one. Obviously I love patchouli and jasmine. Oh. So yeah, as a product they look nice and they feel nice and they smell nice, and they are designed purely just to give you a good feeling and to help you relieve stress and anxiety. Like I said, obviously they're not going to relieve the symptoms of mental illness or disorders, but for like the average person who's having a stressful day at work, or you know, has children to look after or something, help chill you out, clear out your brain fog. I don't know how it works. I don't really understand aromatherapy that much, despite the fact that I used to get that little magazine, but the people who created this product are clearly experts on aromatherapy, and to put these nice little blends together for you to do a certain thing. What do they cost? I think they're like, hang on, I'll just check. Just looking at the website because I couldn't remember how much they cost. They're not that expensive. Like each one is $20, which I guess, considering they're kind of a specialty product, is not that bad really. I think that's alright. I think that's a fair price for what they are, and they do seem to last quite a long time. I feel like a lot of people could probably benefit from the sleepy one. It's got lavender, lemongrass and valerian, and I know that lavender and valerian are definitely things that help you fall asleep. So in conclusion, my final review of the Monk personal air diffuser thingy, not an e-cigarette, just looks like one. It's a very nice product. It looks good, it feels good, it smells good, but my opinion as to whether or not they really work is kind of inconclusive, just because I know how much the placebo effect works on people. I'm gonna say maybe, leaning towards yes. Like I said, I think it'd be quite a good aid for meditation, or for people who have like high stress lives, and it gives you, you just need to take a moment to chill. This is your thing to help you chill, and whether it's a placebo or if it really works, either way, if it makes you feel better, how is that not a good thing? That's one of the reasons that this product really interested me, and also just because I am a creature of pure stress. So I hope that wherever you are, whether you work or you're at home or you still go to school or you're at uni, whatever it is you do, that you are not experiencing too much stress in your life. I hope that the world is being kind to you and that you are having a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me with my little review of the Monk personal air diffuser aromatherapy doodad. Would you try them? Why don't you let us know? Yeah, let us know in the comments if you would use something like that, what you thought of them. So yeah, as always, take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I will see you next time. Bye!